And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They just got to make the adjustments.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. Then there's Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Dallas moving it around. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Leonard with the ball. Good work defensively by Richardson. Now the Mavericks with it. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Now here's Beverley. George looking around. High post shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
The all-around game Paul George possesses is so special. His versatility is what makes him so valuable.
He hits both from the stripe.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Doncic outside. Yes, that goes in. Doncic has got his second basket of the night.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Beverley finds Zubac. George with the ball. It's hauled in by Richardson. The Mavericks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Doncic. And good that time. Doncic has got 6.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
George against Doncic. Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
I love the patience Beverley has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Richardson outside. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm glad we got to see the mobile one block once more. What a play.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Cousins, no good. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. You know, Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to effecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Mann's checked in, and Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Clippers trail by 4. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Lots of contact. Jackson with the strength to power through. something he didn't have when he first entered the league.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Reggie Jackson. Powell kicks to Hardaway. And the shot is long.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he could convert, that's a good shot.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes to Powell. Back to Brunson. Pass to Powell. 5 to shoot. He kicks it to Cauley-Stein. But they get it back. Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Dallas moving the ball around. A second chance effort. The shot by Powell, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gotten just 3 of their first 9 shots to go down in this game. That gives them the lead.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth.
Hardaway with it. The pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. And here's Jackson. He got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. It's all tied here in Los Angeles. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Batum. And there's Jackson, and it's man in at the 2 guard. Here's Burke. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Burke's got his first points in this one.
He's a great shooter, but not just a gunner. JJ finding the open man.
And Batum kicks to Jackson. And George, here we go. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Zubac has got his first points of the night.
The uncanny ability to time the tip in. He does this night in and night out.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeMarcus Cousins comes in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Luke Kennard in for Paul George. Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Here's Marjanovic. Tries again. No good from Finney-Smith. The Clippers trail. Here's Jackson. Banked in off the glass.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Doncic outside. To the inside. Here's Porzingis, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Nicholas Batum. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
When your bigs can make free throws, it's a huge advantage. Love his approach to getting to the line.
On the wing, George. Guarded by Doncic. The shot by George, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
George finds Zubac. George against Doncic. George passes to Leonard. And here's Beverly. Back to George.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
The drive by Doncic. And the rejection by Zubac. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
So difficult to stay planted, especially with all the motion around you. Annoying turnover.
Dallas making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. Now here is George. Back to Beverly. Dishes it to Leonard. Here's Zubac. Outside, George. And here's Leonard from three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Leonard's got 5 now.
The confidence Leonard shows from range now. You wouldn't know it was once a weakness.
.135 left now here in the second. Now Brunson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half. Outside Leonard. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 7.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
58 seconds left in the first half of the game. Marjanovic, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's Brunson after the Clippers pick up 2. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. Tipped away. And it's Leonard at the elbow, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul called on the Dallas Mavericks.
So difficult to stop Leonard from scoring. Sometimes you just have to foul him.
The first one falls. And Los Angeles with some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for George. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
NBA champion, Finals MVP, Kawhi has done a lot in a short time.
Out to Hardaway. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Burke, the pass to Hardaway. Dallas moving it around. Clock at 4. Fires from the line. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
With a high basketball IQ and improving playmaking abilities, Luke's growing as a distributor.
And that one released in time, but no good. Kawhi Leonard has been...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They never put themselves in too much. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, we've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. 3 that time from Leonard. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Yep, it counts. Richardson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, he had him spinning. He looks like he's dizzy after that crossover.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Here's Leonard. Good. Nice job down low. Leonard's got the lead back up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
Aggressive D there, but then again, Kawhi finishes through contact almost as well as anyone.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Count that bucket.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
The Mavericks shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
The free throw drops for Marjanovic. 90 seconds now into the second half. Doncic against George. And George with the stuff.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there.
Now, here's Doncic. 6 points for him. Down low. Pass to Marjanovic. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. Everly with the ball. And it's Richardson picking him up. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Good job inviting contact. The closer Leonard gets to the rim, the more dangerous he becomes.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
Terrific form at the line throughout last season. 89% on the year.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein dishes to Powell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And a five-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. Now here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Redick for 3. Batum grabs the miss. 1:57 left in the third quarter of the game. Kennard uses the glass to finish the layup. And now a 10-point Clipper lead.
With good size for a two-guard, Luke Kennard can finish in the paint.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Back to Brunson over Jackson. Brunson no good. Clippers leading by 10. The dish to Jackson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Brunson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Redick for 3. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And the Mavericks with some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley Stein. Porzingis is coming in for Dwight Powell. And it's Burke in for Jalen Brunson. And so they choose to intentionally foul. 1:03 left here in the third quarter. Passes it to Hardaway. Launches a 3. Here's Marjanovic. Back to Burke. Throws it up high. And stolen by Patterson. And oh, here we go. Batum's got it. Galloping the fast break chance. Kennard the pass to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Quick lick from Patterson makes finishing plays off with a dunk look easy.
Hardaway finds Burke. Outside, Porzingis. Dallas again missing.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. To end the run, here's Marjanovic. And he converts the layup. Marjanovic has got 7.
That's the pass you want. Orchestrating the offense, creating for others.
Outside, Batum. Here's Jackson. Sweet little floater. Jackson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers.
Love that by Reggie Jackson. The floater is a natural move for him.
And so it's Los Angeles, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Patrick Beverly out there with Rajon Rondo. And it's Oturu in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. Nobody near George. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Trying to finish out the game strong. You have to recognize who has the hot hand and get him the ball.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. George passes to Zubac. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Doncic.
Beautiful contest there by one of the most tenacious defenders in the game, Patrick Beverly.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Here's Beverly. Kicks to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Outside, Porzingis. Richardson finds Porzingis. Back to Richardson. Right side, Porzingis. Tries it from 19. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 6th rebound on the night. Leonard attacking.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays. Now, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Free throw drops from Marjanovic. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Zubac's in the post. The jump hook misses off the right iron. Mavericks trail by 12, and so they foul intentionally. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Pass to Marjanovic. It's hauled in by Zubats. Los Angeles leading by 12. Leonard, the pass to Zubats. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. George, no good. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Oturu. Over in the corner, Beverly. Up top, Zubats. 4 on the shot clock. Outside, George. Pass to Beverly. From the arc. Offensive rebound.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Los Angeles.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Leonard.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Hardaway against Leonard. Pass to Richardson. He kicks to Hardaway. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Marjanovic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. On the wing, George. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few moments.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineup for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Robert Covington out there with Giles. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2. And for the Clippers, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4-man position. Pass to Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got the first basket of the game for the Clippers.
Well, that's about recognizing a transition opportunity when it presents itself. Nice job by Kawhi Leonard.
Lillard against Beverley, and Lillard gets it to go. And Doris, tonight, 2 experienced teams will be battling.
Well, what you come to expect with experienced rosters are excellent defensive rotations, game plan discipline. These guys know how to play the game, so let's see how this plays out. So you got to love the penetration by Paul George. He's really quick on his feet, and the defense cannot handle him right now.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Lillard looking around. Off target with his 3.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
George passes to Zubac. Outside, George. The 3-pointer, no good. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
Boy, I love seeing Kanter distribute the basketball. If you're open, this guy will find you.
George with the ball. And it's Paul George with the finish.
That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
Here's Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
That's tipped, but they recover it. Now the pass to Beverley. Here's George, and the layup falls. George has got his second bucket tonight.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Gets it to go. That one good from Giles.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Oturu, the pass to Leonard. And George, here we go. And Covington sends it back. Here's Lillard. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And that was not an opportunity Lillard was going to let pass by. Getting down the floor in an instant and finishing on the break.
Now, here is George. 6 points for him. And George with the stuff.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home right there. Here's Simons. Back to Lillard. From past the arc. It's good from long range. Lillard's got 9.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Passes it to Beverley. Good on the bucket.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverley will not back down from contact.
Pass to Simons. Here's Giles. Lillard outside. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard attacking, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Kawhi's game comes with a measure of resolve as a scorer. Contact simply doesn't affect him as much as other players.
Now, here's Lillard. 9 points in the game so far. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cantor inside, working on Zubats. Nobody near Lillard. Offensive rebound, Giles. Here's Simons. And Lillard kicks to Giles. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership skills.
I think it comes from being in a big.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's McCollum in at the guard position. A shot by Batum, no good.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
Back to Rondo. In the corner, Kennard with it. Cousins trying to free himself up. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers. Well, Carmelo Anthony was out of the NBA for about a year, calendar-wise. Greg, were you surprised it took him so long to get a look and get back in the NBA?
Kevin, I wasn't shocked, but absolutely I was surprised. I mean, it was always going to take the right fit for Melo and the right team. And in this case, it was the Blazers. But Melo showed he has legs left in the league and can still be a positive.
Here's Rondo after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. And McCollum with the block. Powell down low, guarded by Jackson, and they take the lead. Powell's got his first bucket in this one.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
On the wing, Batum. Back to Rondo. There's the pass to Kennard. Jackson from long range. Rebound by Anthony.
What a nice individual defensive effort right there. Did a great job contesting.
McCollum, no good. The Clippers trail. Here's Cousins. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cousins has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, aggressive move by DeMarcus Cousins. He'll dish out more punishment than he receives, that's for sure.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Clippers making a change here. Mann's checked in. And a switch here also for Portland. Lillard's checked in. Jones finds Nurkic. Jones, great positioning on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Jackson has the open look. That 3 off the mark.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Now here's Jackson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kennard's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 3. And a wide open look for McCollum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
no doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. .114 left in the first half of basketball. Clippers trail by 5. Floats it up for Cousins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
What's better as an alley-oop partner than a man with great length and great hands? Go to work, DeMarcus.
The three from McCollum finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Jackson looking around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good.
It's hard for them to cut into this lead when he's firing zeros. All period, he's been so cold.
They get it back. Pass to Powell. Outside, Jones. And the 3 off target. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. Both shots good from the stripe. Lillard way outside, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Okay, David, much appreciated, and now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They didn't get more than a 1-possession lead in the period. 3 points was as big as it got. Looking at the second quarter scoring, they have a slight edge. Thanks for joining us, folks.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. Beverley the pass to George. For the tie. And Cantor pulls it down.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Zubac the pass to Beverley. Covington with the steal. They're running. Here's Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Well, this is Enes Kanter's comfort zone. At the rack in a hurry.
Clippers trail by 4.
And how about this stat? Over the course of Robert Covington's career, over 60% of his shots coming from long range.
And Greg, the prototypical 3-and-D guy, you almost want to reverse it because defense has been the pivot point for Robert Covington's emergence as a player in this league.
Portland leading by 4. Now, here's Lillard. 11 points in the game.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Nobody near George. The offensive rebound. Oturu the pass to George. Zubac kicks to Beverley. Here's George, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Now, you have got to give Paul George so much respect. He's just amazing at drawing contact when he's shooting.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And the Clippers making a change here. Rondo's checked in, and George drops them both. Now Lillard. From deep. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint, here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Leonard's got 6 points.
Boy, that was a much-needed bucket in the second half. They're now 1 for 5.
Lillard outside. Looking to get back on track here. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Leonard looking over the floor. George passes to Zubac. Baseline try. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And that's an intentional foul. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And then for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Cantor. Derek Jones comes in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons.
Well, throughout the early part of his career, DeMarcus Cousins was a high-usage focal point of the offense. Now you're being asked to play more alongside other star players and adjust your role. He's done exactly that.
Powell, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And here's McCollum for 3. Inside, and stolen by Cousins. And now Batum pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Back to Powell. From outside the arc. The shot off that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Jackson. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for Portland. Passes it to Nurkic. There's 45 seconds left in the third. And finished off by Nurkic.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points, staying active even after the shot goes up.
McCollum against Jackson. And yes, it's good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
For Portland, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. A 3 from McCollum. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
You know, and even when the play isn't for him, Anthony able to get on the glass and on the scoreboard.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Los Angeles, they haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
McCollum outside. over Kennard. Can't connect from 14 feet out. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Clippers on top. They're up by 1. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, Giles is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Jones. And it's Simons in at the shooting guard. And that one's good. Beverly.
They continue to battle out there, so close to taking the lead.
Yeah, but that's been elusive. They've missed a few plays along the way that they'd love to have back.
Lillard lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Beverly feeling it out a bit. Here's Leonard. And he gets the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. It's just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Lillard outside. Goes up on the wing. No good off the front iron.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
But they'll get another chance. On the wing, George. Second chance shot. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Enes Kanter's checked in for the Trailblazers. Robert Covington comes in for Jones.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Free throw good, Giles. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's George. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Zubac trying to break loose. George, no good. Trailblazers trail by 3. Feeds it to Covington. Stolen by Beverly. George looking around. Count that one. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Lillard, the pass to Simons. Kanter kicks to Lillard. A 3-ball. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Oturu's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Beverly dishes to George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got the lead up to 7 now for Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, that's the speed of Paul George on the drive. Amazing attack on the rim.
Lillard outside. Looking to end his cold spell. Kanter, the pass to Simons. Lillard attacking, and it's blocked. But they get it back. Pass to Covington. 4 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
If you want to cut into a lead, you have got to trust your teammates and move the ball.
And George kicks to Zubac. Outside Leonard. A beautiful reverse layup. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Here's Lillard. That's good from 17 feet away. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Outside, George. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And he makes that one. And now it's only a 5-point Los Angeles lead.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
Over in the corner, Zubas. George with the ball. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, you love how Paul George finishes on the drive. That is a powerful dunker right there.
Lillard from outside. Oturu with the rebound.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Beverly dishes to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You can see the kind of savvy Kawhi Leonard plays with. This guy makes the defense commit and gets himself to the foul line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
Well, this trip to the line should seal the deal. Amazing job.
Lillard fires away from way outside. The long distance 3 is buried.
That's one of the reasons Lillard is out there. He gives you that deep threat.
Well, for the Clippers, they can just run out the clock. Outside Leonard. Back to Rondo. Outside George. Jacks up a 3. And again, no good by the Clippers. So the Clippers with the win. It was a thing. Thank you, David. Great. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. They've got Bol. He's out there with Jokic. Porter is out there with Austin Rivers. And for Los Angeles, they've got Paul George. He's out there with Patrick Beverley. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the power forward.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball. Bol's understanding of when to look for his next level.
To the middle. Back to Beverley. And there's the pass to George. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the board.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
He's off on that one. Nice D from Porter.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Here's George. Bull making his last shot. And George gets it to go.
Well, Paul George has definitely garnered some strength through the years now, and he's developed that over time in the offseason, being diligent with his work ethic, and gets through contact on that play.
Rivers finds Jokic. The shot comes out, and the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George, and George with the stop.
Good awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
So it's Denver now, trailing by 2. Outside Porter. To the paint. Here's Jokic, and the rejection by Zubac. And George, oh, the power on that throw-down.
Unreal. Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Rivers looking over the floor. Passes to Jokic. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Porter passes to Bull. And that one's good by Porter.
Porter in a comfortable place there. He likes the passes being on target, and he stays perfect in rhythm with that, Jay.
Leonard on the wing. 1:56 left here in the opening quarter. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Jackson gets the bucket.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Morris kicks to Millsap. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Jackson passes to Batum. Back to Jackson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's a smart play Jackson will keep going back to. He knows he'll make it to the rim, get fouled, or maybe both.
So he gets them both. 43 seconds left in the first quarter. Morris with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Harrison passes to Morris. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. Inside. Jackson gets the bucket.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Morris outside. And it's off from three-point range. Out to the right wing. 4 seconds left. And it's good on the way in.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Good if it goes. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And don't go away. We'll be... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Harrison. Jermichael Green is out there with Michael Porter. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Millsap in at the center, locking down the middle. And the Clippers making a change here. Man's checked in.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And it's Green missing.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Harrison passes to Green. Back to Harrison. Green breaking loose. And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Clippers leading by 9. Out left to the wing. Back to Jackson. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Green inside, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
And after some time over in France and the G League, Jermichael Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA. Well, some agility shown by DeMarcus Cousins, even at that size, and still get on up.
Kennard against Rivers. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, he didn't exactly light it up from the free throw line a season ago. Shot right around 70%.
Well, he does not lack for confidence, does Austin Rivers. He plays with a huge chip on his shoulder.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, George. From the high post. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. George has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers. Now Rivers. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Porter. It's tipped. 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
And it's sent back by George.
Not many guys have the two-way ability of a Paul George. Just as dangerous defensively as he can be offensively.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Beverly looking around. And it's Jokic with the rebound. The Nuggets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Deflects the pass. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. The Nuggets trail by 13. At the elbow, Jokic. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Makes it off the glass.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Outside, George. Here's Rivers. Finished off the break. Rivers has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Denver.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense. Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And now here's Rivers, the fast break opportunity. It's blocked. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Los Angeles. Paul Millsap is checked in for the Nuggets. Monte Morris comes in for Rivers. Jokic draws the double. Pass to Millsap. And again, Denver no good. Clippers leading by 9. Here's Leonard, and it's denied.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Poked loose. Shoots from 8. Up again. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And here's Leonard from 3.
Hustle play for Millsap as the shot was going up.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They've got the 7-point lead. Shaq, well, thanks for joining.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Reggie Jackson has been sensational.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to George. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed. But it's always existed. And the reality is this, you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Here's Jokic. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jokic has got 6.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And George, here we go. What a jam!
Wow, fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Feeds it to Bol. Count the basket. That's 10 points for Bol.
Well, I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Here's George. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Man's checked in.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Paul Millsap.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Jackson drives in. That one falls.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
This will be his 4th shot at the line in this one. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. Harrison passes to McGee. It's stolen. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Paul Millsap.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Jackson dishes to Batum, and Morris comes over to help. Batum, good.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
There's Harrison. Kennard covering. McGee trying to break free. The shot by Harrison, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. And Cousins throws it down.
Okay, 2 of the easiest points that Cousins is going to have, but in fine fashion with the big throwdown.
1:09 left in the third quarter, and we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And Denver has possession. The Clippers have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Morris passes to Najee. Back to Morris. Harrison in the corner. Outside Millsap. Denver passing it around. And stolen by Cousins. And here's the fast break. Goes up. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens. Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Jackson passes to Mann. Here's Batum. Kennard kicks to Batum. On the wing, Jackson. Shot clock at 6. McGee with the block. And so it's Los Angeles. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. What a night they've had. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So out there for the Nuggets right now, they've got Nikola Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with JaMychal Green, and it's Rivers. It's George on the wing. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the serve.
On defense, Denver. It's a 10-point game. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Campazzo, defended by Beverly. And it's Jokic missing. Los Angeles leading by 12. Here's George. And it's sent back by Jokic. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Porter. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, a big man who can really dish it out. Jokic really reliable, setting up his teammates.
Now here's Beverly. The pass to George. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Zubac finds George. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bol, he's checked in for Denver. Passes it to Beverly. Now here's George. Just 5 to shoot. Looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Pass to Jokic. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Clippers leading by 12. And stolen by Bol. George with the ball. Now guarded by Porter. Zubac the pass to Leonard. Here's George. Six on the shot clock. And there's the call on Austin Rivers. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Nuggets on D. Pass to Beverly. George looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good defense by Jokic.
Jokic showing off the defensive work there. Outstanding at staying in the face of his man.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside Leonard. Leonard draws the double. Back to Beverly. Leonard against Rivers. Los Angeles with another miss. The Nuggets trail by 10. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Paul George with the steal.
Just a lightning bolt there in transition. No one can match up with Kawhi, especially at his position. That time they pay the price.
The pass to Rivers. 1:32 left in the fourth quarter. And here's Jokic. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out.
Nice looking mid-ranger there from Jokic. Money in the bank from that spot.
George against Rivers. Lets it go from deep. The shot by George, no good. The Nuggets trail by 10. Down low. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Clippers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Now here's Beverly. D right on him. Fires the 3. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Well, after an impressive first half, he's just not been able to get the room or get anything going here in the second.
Rivers against George to the inside, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but Veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. George with the ball. Knocks down the three ball. And the Clippers lead by 11.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally, and we've got...
Hey, Kevin, if you're...
Great stuff as always, DA. Thank you. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Patrick Patterson. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4 spot. And for Dallas, they've got Porzingis. Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Now here's Leonard. The rebound by Marjanovic.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Doncic looking it over. To the middle. Stolen by Zubac.
That was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And busting it up the floor. Leonard showing a lot of energy on the fast break. If there's one thing he doesn't lack, it's hustle.
Now, here's Doncic, and there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another whistle, and he's got to be careful with his foul situation.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Porzingis. Up and in on the layup.
Boy, you look at Porzingis and his size, 7'3", he consistently torches defenders around the rim.
And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
Here's Richardson. The Clippers getting the bucket. 4 on the shot clock. Porzingis finds Richardson. Misses the 3. The Clippers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Patterson can't get it to go. And here's the fast break. A pass to Porzingis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, what an athlete this Porzingis kid is, man. I tell you, you put the rock anywhere near him, and he's going to throw it down.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Rondo. Pass to Oturu. Now Leonard. The shot's good. Leonard's got 6 points. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. Outside, Porzingis. Clock at 6.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And George, here we go. He's looking for Cousins and finds him. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. In the corner, George with it. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when Porzingis combines quickness with his reach, getting off the floor like that, he can block just about any shot.
Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Reddick comes in for Richardson. Brunson kicks to Cauley-Stein. Brunson the pass to Cauley-Stein. Knocked loose. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Richardson outside. There's the pass to Marjanovic. Here's Doncic. Basket good.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack. He really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
Jackson against Doncic. Over in the corner, Batum. On the wing, George. 6 to shoot. And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. Wow!
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
With the floater and the rejection by Cousins. Richardson for 3, and so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for the Clippers right now, Kennard is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Porzingis. He has 6. Cousins pulls it in.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration too.
And Batum kicks to Beverley. Passes it to Batum. Marjanovic against Beverley. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
Now here's Marjanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Here's Beverley. Lays it up and banks it in. Beverly's got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. My goodness. Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And Doncic, here we go.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Now, here is George. Burke covering. And that one's good, George. George has got 8 points.
Yeah, excellent determination there from George. This wasn't going to be denied. Fighting off the physical contact and nailing the shot over good defense.
Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
On the wing, George. The putback, Cousins on the follow. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Outside for Redick. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
He gets it in there. That's now 8 points for Leonard.
What strength from Leonard there, not allowing the defense to get the best of it.
1:07 left here in the second. Brunson the pass to Redick. Back to Brunson. Redick against Patterson. Dallas moving the ball around. Hardaway from outside. Goes back up. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And throw it down, Kawhi. That was nasty. Love watching him go hard and attacking with power.
34 seconds left to play in the first half. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Redick. Wants to get it to Powell and does. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers leading by 12. Leonard the pass to Oturu. Back to Leonard. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Leonard's got 12 points in the game.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 12 points and 1. And that should...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
They've got J.J. Redick. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
And, you know, the versatile George does so many things well. High-octane player who I think gives you intensity at both ends of the court.
This is his second trip to the line in this one.
And worth mentioning, guys, the free throw percentage he brought in from last season, how about 88%?
And, guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Clippers leading by 16. Outside Rondo. Leonard on the wing. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And Rondo sends it back.
Oh, you forget sometimes how much of an impact Rondo can have defensively there, showing off some superb vertical as he goes up for the block. And finally, someone scored.
Yeah, it's been a defensive battle to say the least, partner. Good to see at least somebody got the ball in the basket. Finally.
Redick passes to Porzingis. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Leonard, and finished off by Leonard.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Outside, George. Pass to Oturu. Outside, Rondo. Back to George. Fires for three. Back to Rondo. George looking over the floor. Mavericks with the rebound.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Doncic passes to Reddick. Doncic with it, defended by George. To the paint to end the cold streak. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 10 points in the game.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
Outside, George takes the three. Porzingis with the rebound.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
George from deep three-point land. An absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 7 points for the quarter. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Foul, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Trey Burke subbed in for Doncic. To the right side. Outside, Batum. Jackson in the corner. Shoots over Burke. Not enough on that one as it misses. Mavericks trailed by 19. Here's Richardson. Hardaway kicks to Porzingis. On the wing, Hardaway. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Burke finds Hardaway. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Porzingis can't hit.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Los Angeles leading by 19. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Beverly for three. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. Back to Porzingis. Kicks to Burke. Lets it go with a three. Dallas no good that time either. From deep three-point range, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, Kennard is out there with Batum. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's Jackson. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Here's Cauley Stein. Count it. Cauley Stein's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Dallas. Well, in the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. From deep, it's rebounded by Brunson.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
and just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Marjanovic checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And here's Kennard. Outside Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And it's Doncic missing. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for Los Angeles. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Zubac, Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
And, you know, you look at Doncic for a forward, this guy handles the ball extremely well. He's terrific at creating for himself off the dribble.
Jackson from long range. The shot, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. And Porzingis, here we go. And he banks in the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Kennard's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 16. Here's Doncic. Up top, Porzingis. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers shooting reasonably well, 45%. In the corner, Kennard with it. And again, no good by the Clippers. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And the dunk by Porzingis.
You know, guys, 7-footers usually don't dribble and drive that smoothly, but that's why they call Porzingis the unicorn.
Back to Jackson. And the pass to Patterson. High post, Zubac. Marjanovic on him. Here's Patterson. And again, no good by the Clippers. For Dallas, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. And the shot goes in. Finney-Smith's got his first points of the game.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
That kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Clippers.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in. He was so involved in so many plays tonight. A force on both ends.
Here's Doncic. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And just a big-time shot-blocking threat. Leonard's instincts on defense are just mind-boggling. Knows when to go after the blocks.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Zubac, the pass to Kennard. Back to Leonard. Kennard kicks to Jackson. And it's Zubac atop the key. Kennard for 3. Can't get it to fall. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. We're great. Soaring high above the Willamette. And with...
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, D.A. Thanks. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Oturu in at the 4-man position. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Yusuf Nurkic. Giles is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverley is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Simons. Paul George making his last shot. Simons, the pass to Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Here's George. That one's not going to go. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Simons. Off target from three-point range.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And it's Giles missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Lillard with no one around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Covington passes to Simons. Three-pointer. And the three ball is good.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
On the wing, George. And the shot goes in.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
And we know once he gets in the rhythm, he's a really tough guy to stop.
Here's Simons. And the rejection by Zubac. Beverley with the ball. Lillard picks him up. And George kicks to Zubac. And here's Leonard from 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's Simons missing.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
And the basket by Oturu. Greg, 11 years for you in the NBA. You had to have some favorite players that you played besides and with.
You know, it's a great call. And there were a ton of them. A few guys, though, Wilson. Gary Payton, I got a chance to play with Gary for a year and have known him. We used to go at it in high school. And it's really about his personality. This is a guy that constant chatter, practice on the court. That's what fed his confidence. Charles Oakley, another guy. He would run through a wall or through you to win a game. And then Scottie Pippen later in my career, just a winner and somebody who I competed against for many years, but then having the opportunity to play with up close, I got a greater appreciation for his skill set.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Los Angeles making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. McCollum outside. His three-pointers off the mark. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Jackson with it, now defended by McCollum. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Now Jackson. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
McCollum outside. Unloads. They get the rebound. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
Morris finds Kennard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Powell, no one around him. Trailblazers keep it alive. Fires the three. Outside, Jones. Back to Powell. Shot clock at 5. Buries it from three-point range.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Jackson against McCollum. Jackson drives in, and the dunk by Jackson.
The flat-out speed of Reggie Jackson. No struggles getting to the rim and then doing something about it when he gets there.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 1. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified the right matchups, and the execution is there.
Taking a look at Los Angeles. Kennard is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 3 slot. The drive by Rondo. Banked in off the glass.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum from downtown. But they recover it. Cantor, the pass to McCollum. The tray. Buries the long-range jumper. McCollum's got 5.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Lillard against Rondo. At the top of the key, Batum. That one misses.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw good, McCollum.
And when you think of McCollum, the word efficient comes to mind. This guy just shoots the ball and plays the game at a high level.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Giles comes in for Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Jones. The Clippers also making some changes. Zubac is checked in for Cousins. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. Now here's Covington. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. A 3 from McCollum. Giles kicks to McCollum. The 3. And with the rebound.
In this first half, he has really fallen in love with the 3. So far, not paying dividends.
Trailblazers leading by 6. Over in the corner, Lillard. 3-pointer. The shot that time, not on target. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Leonard. And Covington sends it back. And he recovers it. Count it, good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Lillard outside. For the 3. It's hauled in by Paul George. Clippers trail by 4. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Mann passes to George. Shoots the 3. Zubac against Covington. Covington with the steal. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McCollum's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
The deep three from George. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Lillard scanning the floor. Off target from outside.
I'll tell you what, he's been off target all night, and his teammates have had to rally.
For the Trailblazers, Anthony's checked in for Giles, and it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. Now, here's George. He's got 6. Los Angeles with another miss.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Simons. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 6. Passes it to Beverly. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first free throw is good.
You really wouldn't know what size he is because Patrick Beverly gives you toughness at that point guard position, and he's physical.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Enes Kanter's checked in for Nurkic. Norman Powell comes in for Robert Covington. Jones checked in for Anthony Simons. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Lillard.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Here's Beverly. Outside Jackson. Batum for 3. And Kanter pulls it down. Portland leading by 4. Jones with it. Guarded now by... Whoa! I mean, that's a rugged play.
That one was big time.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
My
with confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. And now here comes Jones leading the break. Now the pass to McCollum. A 3 ball. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so, thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. The largest lead they had was 6 in the opening. And that'll do it for...
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Clippers trail by 6. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Trailblazers, they've got Giles, also Robert Covington out there. Nurkic is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Simons in at the 2-guard position. 3-pointer, Lillard. Over Beverly. Lillard with the bucket. Lillard's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for Portland.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
From deep 3-point range. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. And George kicks to Leonard to the left wing. Clock at 6. And here's George for 3. Good on the 3-point shot. George has got 9.
The mechanics on Paul George's shot are so good. In the end, the range makes no difference.
Jacks up a 3. And it's Damian Lillard with the 3. Lillard's got the lead. Back up to 8 now for Portland.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Here's Simons. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep. Your son, Cole Gregg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number one. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top-notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for. But at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And McCollum puts up a deep three. Portland no good that time either.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Now, here's Cantor. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. The three from McCollum. Kicks it out to Jones. Stolen by Jackson. Batum for three. And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers leading by 11. And here's McCollum for three. The Clippers grab the miss.
Just not feeling it from beyond the arc. Sometimes that happens. He's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Here's Batum. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Anthony's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's McCollum. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. McCollum's got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. Jackson deciding where to go with it. And the layup's good off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
The developing feel Reggie Jackson has for scoring inside, playing much more under control these days.
A three from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Jackson misses. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Anthony finds Jones. Pass to Cantor. The three from Anthony. Sinks the three-pointer. Anthony's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Jackson passes to Morris. There's the three. C.J. McCollum with the rebound.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it goes down 2 points. He's got 13.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
And here again, the Trailblazers in transition. Up the court they go. And so it's Portland in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
So many good point guards in this league. So much responsibility comes with that position. That was a smart play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Luke Kennard, also Rajon Rondo out there, and it's man in at the small forward. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now here's Lillard. The feed to Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Yeah, quick thinking wins Dame a 6. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
And Beverly kicks to George. Here's the 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
And that's his second triple of the game. Hadn't hit any in the first half. Maybe they made an adjustment at the break.
Beverly against Lillard. From outside the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Beverly, the pass to Oturu. Taken away. Lillard against Beverly. And it's Lillard missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
George, no good. Portland leading by 15. There's the triple. Lillard misses.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Here's Simons. Paul George making his last shot. Back to Lillard. Puts up a 3. They get it back. Cantor kicks to Anthony. Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Pass to Oturu. And he comes up with the deuce.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Lillard against Beverly. Passes to Simons. Connects from three-point range.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
You can't afford to give him space. Those kinds of mistakes have been the story of this game.
Now, here is George. For 3. Damian Lillard pulls it in.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. So for the Trailblazers, Nurkic checked in for Cantor. Harry Giles comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Robert Covington subbed in for Norman Powell. Leonard the pass to Zubac. Outside, George. This one for 3. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 4th rebound in this one. The pass to Simons. Lillard outside. Launches a 3. And another 3 for Portland.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Enes Kanter.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
Pass to Oturu. The 19-foot shot. Outside for George. The 3 from Leonard. Not going to go that time. They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Feeling that one all the way. Leonard lethal in the catch-and-shoot game.
12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Lillard. From deep. That one doesn't drop. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor completely.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Craig Anthony.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K's. Both teams. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. We've got Patrick Beverley. He's out there with Paul George. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4. And for the Nuggets, they've got Bol. He's out there with Jokic. Michael Porter's out there with Rivers. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Here's Porter. The shot will not fall. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. On up the court. And that one's good. Beverley.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Now here's Rivers. Here's Bol. Jokic trying to free himself up. Bol can't hit. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Leonard's got the ball. And there it is for him. And Brent, these teams boasting great depth. Many feel that's a hallmark of a great front office.
If you go back and you look, Kevin, at some of the teams that have made deep playoff runs or eventually won the championships, that tinkering about bringing in a veteran or just one piece to make that next step for that one matchup or that one series, finding contributions like that up and down the roster, absolutely, that can make a difference.
Here's Leonard. Following the basket by Jokic. Leonard attacking. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Campazzo defended by Beverley. Stolen by Beverley. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And it's Rivers with the rebound. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Bol. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
The towering presence that is Bol. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
Now here's Beverley. And stolen by Bol. Inside, here's Rivers. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. And that'll tie this game up.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Outside, George. And it's George finishing it off.
PG showing that's a signature dunk from him.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Here's Jackson after the Nuggets pick up 2.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes, can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Rivers. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Pass to Batum. Here's Jackson. Here's Cousins. And he makes good on the layup.
I mean, one guy who's still dominating the inside, DeMarcus Cousins, a great rebounder and a great scorer, that time a second chance, cashing in.
Now here's Millsap. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. to the paint. Here's Jokic. It's blocked. Kennard, the pass to Morris, and he gets the bucket.
And the powerful frame of Morris, difficult to knock him off his rhythm, and there finishing through the contact.
Rivers against Kennard. Porter kicks to Rivers. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Batum, and the jam by Nicholas Batum.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Stolen by Jackson. Passes it to Kennard. Here's Cousins. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed what it takes.
This game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got Jackson. Batum is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rajon Rondo, and it's man in at the 3. Rondo looking around. McGee with the block. And is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Rajon Rondo. Morris passes to Batum. Back to Morris. Baseline J on the way. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Cousins has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Well, at 270 pounds, Cousins will bring it all right at you. Someone who crashes the glass, and there's the putback in fine fashion.
And stolen by Cousins. Here's the break. Oh, Morris in position. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Najee, and it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Harrison. Kennard covering. And it's blocked.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
It's good. And it's a 10-point Los Angeles lead.
And you see Morris aware of his surroundings, getting a good jump down court.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Kicks it to McGee. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And there's the pass to Harrison. Just 5 on the clock. Over Kennard. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason. A year ago, a lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat. And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Left side, George. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Jokic. And when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
The Nuggets trail by 10. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game. Rivers finds Jokic, and a wide-open look for Porter. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Here's Oturu, guarded by Green. Here's Leonard, and it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Nuggets making a change here. Millsap's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Porter against Leonard. Here's Zubats. He can't hit that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 6 points, and the bucket from Paul Millsap.
Super job by Millsap to release the shot as soon as he gets the ball there. No time for the D to catch up.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by Zubats.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Jokic. Millsap left side. Fires the 3. Second shot opportunity. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Jokic.
Well, a little bit of hustle, a little bit of energy. Jokic right now pounding the offensive glass and not quitting on these possessions. One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers in the driver's seat, up 8.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They have an 8-point lead. Shaq, what was your takeaway? Thanks for joining us, folks.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got JaVale McGee, Harrison out there with Monte Morris. Then there's Paul Millsap. It's Najee in at the 4 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
That's a pretty impressive finish for Montrezl Harrell.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Denver. It's a 10-point game. To the middle, McGee. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
The free throw off from McGee. Los Angeles leading by 8. And that one's good. Beverly's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, Beverly has strength to go along with a tremendous amount of quickness and a nice job on the break that time.
Campazzo, and he banks in the layup. He's got 5.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, height and length at that position for Paul George, that's problematic for a defender, and he used his size to draw the foul that time.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
Rivers kicks to Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching. And I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s. But I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Rivers with it. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by George. Left side Jackson to the inside. Batum. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Back to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. 5 to shoot. George. And it's George finishing it off.
Pretty cool that Paul George came to the game on a rocket ship because he's on another planet right now.
The Nuggets trail by 12.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
Leonard draws the double. Trying to find Batum. He's got it now. It's good. And the Clippers lead by 14.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Millsap finds Morris. Drills it from outside. Morris has got 5 points now in the quarter. And Jokic likes physical play. Greg, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
Here's Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul called on the Denver Nuggets. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Cousins becoming more focused at being a better passer and a more efficient shooter, improving some of the aspects of his game that have made him an all-star in the NBA.
Morris passes to McGee. We've got 1:23 left to play in the third. Morris with the bucket. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points. Kennard on the wing. Jackson against Morris. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 6 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
The Nuggets trail by 13. Pass to McGee. It's stolen by Morris. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Cousins throws it down.
Okay, 2 of the easiest points that Cousins is going to have, but in fine fashion with the big throwdown.
Morris looking over the floor. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. This is his second trip to the free throw line. And the first one at the line is good. And Morris drops them both. Here's Rondo. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Beverly against Millsap. Beverly dishes to Rondo. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
They're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
The Clippers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
It's Porter outside. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And as we end the third quarter, a double. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So for the Clippers right now, Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's man in at the 3, the small forward.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Oh, man. Caution. Flammable.
That is just nasty.
About the athleticism on that finish.
To the left wing. Passes it to Leonard. And he drops it in from the low post. And the Clippers lead by 15.
Very easily could have been an and one there. Leonard takes the contact and still maintains the focus to make the score.
From the baseline, Rondo with the steal. Down low. And it's Leonard missing. Nugget shooting inefficient, 53% from the field. Rivers passes to Bull. Wide open and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Bulls got 4 points this quarter. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Right wing. Man passes to Rondo. 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. Kicks it out to Leonard. Lets the 3 fly. Another miss by Leonard.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Yes, that goes in. Clippers with the ball. Leonard looking around. From deep three-point range. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
From the arc. He is hauled in by Beverly. Clippers leading by 13. Zubac the pass to George. No good on the 3. Nuggets running out of time. 4 on 1 and they're running. Pushing it up. And it's Bull that time on the assist by Rivers.
I like that. Staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Here's Beverly. From deep. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. He feeds it to Porter. Denver passing it around. The pass to Rivers. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard on the wing. 1:16 left to play here in the fourth. And pushing it up, here's Denver ahead. And that's a foul called on Bol. That'll be his second foul of the game. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Clippers.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Paul George.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
The Nuggets with another miss. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Inside, the kick out to Porter. Campazzo. Offline with his three. Now, here is George. From deep three-point range, no good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. And, all right, David, great